Right now, we're in the middle of our stewardship campaign. What you commit to give determines what we will be able to do programmatically in the coming year. So it's really important to talk a little bit about why it's so important to give. We're going to hear a few words from our president, Steve Ciganek.
Good morning. It's good to be with you. And I'm at the church actually this morning. And want to tell you a little bit about why it's important to pledge. I've got an announcement I want to make first that starting next Sunday, this coming Sunday, masks will be optional at the 11 o'clock service. So there's going to be some big changes that'll be happening. You're going to see them in the Courier and webpage and Facebook page. Those will go out Wednesday. And I'm going to be around after the service today to talk to you about questions you have about this next phase of opening and stewardship. So good morning and happy spring. It's good to be with you. I was born and raised Catholic. I attended Catholic school. And when I was small, I wanted to be an astronaut, cowboy, or a priest. I know that's hard for some of you to believe. I used to take bathroom towels, drape them over a box for an altar, and pretend to hold a mass for toys in real Latin. When I was 10, I started playing guitar in some of the first folk masses in Baltimore. It was a pretty radical thing then. Occasionally I would sneak in an electric guitar with a small amp in the back of the guitar players. A little later, I was harassed by the pastor of the church for the length of my hair. I did have hair, and things started to kind of go downhill from there. This was during the Vietnam War, and I could not really reconcile the church dogma and actions regarding the war, women's rights, family planning. I left the church. So my wife led me here. In 1994, Lee Ellen started attending the church in Norfolk. I soon followed. I was unchurched since a teen until I started attending the congregation in Norfolk. I found like-minded people and agreed with the principles of the church. I also enjoyed the fact that we don't ask everyone to agree to the same creed. I joined our church. Lee Ellen and I are not Hampton Roads natives. We have no birth family here other than our son, Sam. We started to make friends with folks in the congregation, meeting through coffee hour, children's religious education, committee work, spaghetti dinners, coffee houses, and so on. Most of the relationships developed by lending a hand and a modest commitment of time for a church event. Pretty soon, not only did we have a lot of friends, but it was a pretty diverse group in many ways too. Most of our family of choice, that's you, are our friends from this church community. We have all supported each other through births, illnesses, deaths, good times, and hard times. We vacation together, hang out together, we play together. So I want to talk about why I pledge. We're unique. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying there's no other place like this on the south side of Hampton Roads. No other Unitarian Universalist church to serve Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, and Suffolk. So you are my people. That's why I pledge. I'm a slow learner in some ways, and many of you can vouch for me that this is true. It wasn't until I was 40 that I realized that I actually don't have a favorite season. I like the changes of seasons, the transition. I find the changes stimulating and exciting. The steady states, not so much. The differences in growth in people are similar to me. Whether it is our children, young adults, my cohort or my seniors, it always gives me an aha moment when people share their transitions and energy changes. Fun fact, you are never too old to be mentored or teachable. So there's something in common with people that I admire or find interesting. Every one of them is passionate about something. It might be one thing or many. I met a woman once that was excited about earthworms in her compost. And it turns out that I really could help not being excited for. I have found the same thing here at CVUU. Folks here are passionate and excited about figuring out ways to feed and shelter the homeless, social justice issues, pledging to help end racism, fight for equality for our LGBTQ family, teach children about our principles, provide music for worship, share poetry at a service, put together a compelling worship service. We have writers of poetry, prose, lyrics, and music, environmentalists, folks that like to do policy development and so on. So I find that really compelling in our community. And a large reason that we are here is because as a group, we are diverse and passionate about a lot of different things. So I donate first and most to CVUU because of the things that I care about, but also about the things you care about. I know that the money that I give to the community, to the church, will use not only for our minister, wonderful staff, and operating expenses, it'll be used on programs that other people are passionate about, that support the mission and vision of the church and our surrounding community. Thanks for allowing me to speak today.